Thanks for tuning in to our NASCAR Jack Links 500 starting lineup report from Talladega Superspeedway. This is going to be a fast one that I didn't even have a video open. Nothing is going to prevent me from putting together maybe my shortest starting lineup report ever. Bottom line is, and this is something we talked about, of course, the other day. There's a link in the description from our in-depth preview. That's the one you really should take a look at. We go through all of the drivers. We explain all of the reasons why we like certain drivers and why we went with our picks. In this one, the reason why it's going to be short is because Talladega qualified. Look, there's not even any practice, right? There's no practice. So throw in the fact that there's no practice and that all we have is the starting lineup and qualifying to go on. And this really doesn't give us anything. You do not ever have to watch qualifying at Talladega to come up with your picks. You don't. So let's go ahead and show you what you're missing, which isn't much. And then we're just going to give you a little bit of analysis on what you should go with in case you didn't watch or are not going to watch our longer preview version. Okay, so here we go. Now, you've got big surprise with the Fords leading the way. You have 7 of the top 9, I believe, are Fords. Okay. Wait, what is this? I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, this is actually one. This is actually one that I was putting together for my research. So I'm going to show you an example of something. Okay. This is the race last year. Okay. So this was last year's starting lineup. This race. Okay. Not the fall race. All right. What do you see? You can see Fords in the top 3. You see 1 Toyota in the top 9. Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's take a look at the results. Looky here. Top 10 results. Toyota, 1. 1 Toyota. It was the winner of the race. Tyler Reddick started 15th. Toyota had only 1 in the top 9 and in qualifying, and 1 in the top 10 in the final results, the overall final results. So, yeah, if that doesn't give you reason to understand that this is the official top 10 for tomorrow's race. None of this means anything. Nothing. Now, we told you the other day, and this is why it doesn't mean anything, not just for what happened last year, but the last 8 winners, 8 straight winners at Talladega have all either started 10th or further back. Okay. So that means if that continues, all of these drivers here, including Logano, Blaney, you just missed it. Maybe they won't win because they would be breaking a trend of 8 straight winners that started 10th or further back. All right. Only 1 winner in the last 12 at Talladega started inside the top 10. All right. So there is hope. But that was Denny Hamlin on the pole. And that was back in 2020. Now, the manufacturer situation, again, because Toyota won last year when nobody expected it, or in this race last year, we have a Toyota, we have a Ford, we have a Chevy. Look, the Fords are the best. We know that. That's really what you want to gravitate towards on these super speedways. But overall, it is a guessing game. I mean, even farther back here, long shots that I like Haley and Stenhouse Jr. I mean, I'm not worried. Why would I be worried? There's no reason to be worried. So, yeah, there's nothing here that opens your eyes at all. And so that's why what you want to do is just revert back. Because, look, Chevy has 1 driver in the top 13, just one. That's it. And that's Austin Dillon. And then Toyota 1 in the top 10, and that being Gibbs, right? And he's at 10th. So Toyota does not have a driver in the top 9. So, but that didn't matter in last year's race. So why should we handicap this race any different? Look, all you can do when you're handicapping these races is go by average. And that's what we're going to do. And that's why when we're taking a look at this particular race, the only thing I can tell you is on this particular show, this particular report, like I said, check out the link in the description for our in-depth preview, because that's where we go through everything and you get a really good idea of what we think about this race. As far as the drivers we still think you should keep in mind, who cares about this, is Blaney. Let's see, who else did we like? I think Hamlin is still a good choice. Cindric is a nice choice because he's going to be hooked up with Logano or Blaney. Let's see, who else did we single out? I think Spire Motorsports could have a winner this week. I like, as I mentioned, I think Stenhouse is a good long shot. I think Chastain, because of his odds, the Chastain-Suarez deal might be something to keep an eye on. Preece and Buescher, you see that they're kind of up there together. And then Keselowski's way back at 22nd. And we know how many times Keselowski's won. Jones is a really good racer at Talladega. Again, Dillon is really good here. And again, as I pointed out, he's the only Chevy in that top area there. So, Gregson was another one we liked. Zane Smith's on the pole, so give him that. But Zane Smith does not have any sort of history here at the track. But, it's nice to see that he's, putting himself out there, Zane Smith. He's been in 3 cup races, never had a top 20, never led a lap. But I think CJ mentioned him a few weeks back as a player, a nice long shot to keep an eye on. So, it's nice to see Zane Smith get a little publicity for being on the pole in this one. All right. So anyway, like I said, there you go. Not much to go on. And I don't even know, to tell you the truth, if we'll do a Daytona or Talladega qualifying starting report. I guess it all depends on what kind of traffic we get for this one. But I hope that at least, and I wanted to do this because at least I want to let you know, in case that most of the times that you really just spend time on this one and not on our longer version, that this is one of those weeks that you really do want to spend on the longer version. Because there's just nothing to go on. When you don't have practice and it's a super speedway like this, it's there's not much to share other than to just promote our other show and also remind you that there is still a shot that I will be coming to you live tomorrow because there's no weather issue. So I'm looking to come in live tomorrow, hopefully for the last 20 laps. So I'm just going to see how the race goes. Normally, we'd like to have the live show promoted days in advance or a day in advance or 20 hours or 10 hours, something. So you'll get those. So that's why you want to hit that notification bell when you subscribe, because then you'll get like a direct email, a text that tells you, hey, by the way, just so you know, there's a show coming up from one of the shows that you've subscribed to that you've hit the notification for. And this is the time it's going to start and it's going to be live. So that's what I'm banking on. But I want to make sure that everything's going well early on and that the time of the race looks like it will end somewhere between 6 and 6:30, because I have an appointment at 7 o'clock, about a half hour away. So, and that appointment is a movie that I have not been to at the movie theater in about a year or so. So I'm going to the movies. And I know I get that extra half hour because I can't believe it takes like almost 20 minutes to a half hour after you sit and think the movie's going to start at 7. It really doesn't start until like 7:20 with all the previews and stuff. So I have time. I got bonus time. But the point is that hopefully, if all goes well, we'll come on. And what I'm going to do is anytime I do this, it'll be a situation where I'm just going to have the audio and I'll be watching along with you. And then that's all it is. So if you want someone to watch along with you, and if I'm able to put this together, I know CJ wasn't able to make it. CJ will be able to schedule this with me sometime soon. So it's just a matter of getting our schedules right, and also the right race. We don't want to try to schedule trying to do the last half hour of a NASCAR race, a cup race, and have it be some potential race that could just be boring. What do we want to sit there for some boring last half hour of a race like Bristol? Imagine if we would have done that live in the last 30 minutes. I mean, come on, I would have fell asleep watching myself. So that's the whole point. We want to get the right type of race, and then our schedules have to align. And anyway, we're going to get it done, but I'm going to hope to put it together and come up live tomorrow. And if I am live tomorrow, that means you can interact with me. All right. That means we're going to have interaction, text interaction. You can get your comments in and we can talk back and forth about what we think, especially since I'm going to be by myself if I do this. But I want to do it. So again, let's just hope the timing's right. And otherwise, we'll be back again next week for more coverage with CJ and I. I believe we're going to record it on Wednesday this upcoming week because we have the Kentucky Derby that we're doing on Tuesday. We're doing we've got the draft coverage and we've got golf, and there's so much that we got early on Monday, Tuesday. So I think we're going to go ahead and schedule for a Wednesday afternoon NASCAR show, which means that it'll probably be available next week's preview, probably somewhere around dinner time on Wednesday night. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you real soon, hopefully tomorrow, but we'll definitely be back on Wednesday to preview another NASCAR Cup race right here on Proline TV.